What shocking revelation could Sister Teresa, one of the most respected names in the world, have made in her final days? In this video, we delve deeply into Mother Teresa's shocking confessions before her death, uncovering a secret that could radically change our perceptions of the saint. In Kolkata, no other figure has captured the public imagination as strongly as Mother Teresa. Her life, dedicated to serving the poorest and most needy in Kolkata, made her a living symbol of compassion, love, and mercy. Be sure to like and subscribe. One of her most influential statements reflecting her deep beliefs. The greatest destroyer of peace is the cry of the innocent unborn child. Although controversial, showcases the unwavering firmness of her convictions. This statement highlights Mother Teresa's profound commitment to defending all forms of life. Her belief that the cry of innocent unborn children is the greatest destroyer of peace underscores the value she placed on life and human dignity. Mother Teresa, with her unwavering faith and dedication, became an iconic figure not only in Kolkata but also across the globe, transcending religious and cultural boundaries, and touching countless hearts. She founded the Missionaries of Charity, a global organization dedicated to helping the most needy in many countries. Yet, despite her flawless public image, Mother Teresa also experienced inner struggles and profound questioning in her final days. This revelation, closely guarded until the end of her life, unveils a more human and vulnerable side of Kolkata's saint. The human side that Mother Teresa displayed throughout her life makes her even more impressive and inspiring. Although she is always remembered as a strong, dedicated, and determined figure, the fact that she also had doubts and faced challenges brings her closer and makes her more relatable to us. Her life is a story of a journey filled with faith, love, and mercy, a story that continues to resonate in the hearts of millions around the world. She established the Missionaries of Charity, which grew to encompass millions worldwide, providing aid to the neediest in various countries. However, despite her impeccable public image, Mother Teresa experienced inner struggles and deep questioning in her final days. This process led her to reveal a secret that had been closely guarded until the end of her life, exposing a more human and vulnerable side of the Saint of Kolkata. Mother Teresa, known as Saint Teresa of Kolkata since 2016, had a complex and multifaceted public image that was widely accepted. Admiration for her selfless charitable work won her the prestigious Nobel Peace Prize for her efforts to combat poverty and distress, seen as threats to peace throughout her life. Mother Teresa was celebrated and recognized with numerous awards and honorary titles. She consistently ranked among the world's most admired people, with many Catholics considering her a saint and seeking her intercession. However, Mother Teresa also faced significant criticism. Concerns were raised about the quality of medical care provided by her organization, and there were suggestions of forced conversions through deathbed baptisms. Additionally, she was accused of being associated with questionable figures and colonialism and racism. Despite all these criticisms, she remained silent but broke her silence before dying to reveal a terrifying secret. Mother Teresa's journey to India began under the name Ange's Gangs Bojaxiu. Born on August 26, 1910, in Skopje, then part of the Ottoman Empire, she was baptized the next day. She later considered August 27 her true birthday. Mother Teresa was the youngest daughter of Nicola and Dranophile Bojaxiu. Her father was involved in Albanian community politics and passed away in 1919 when Teresa was only 8 years old. Teresa developed a deep admiration for the captivating stories of missionaries and their selfless service in Bengal. By the age of 12, she had resolved to commit herself to religious life, a determination that was further strengthened on August 15, 1928. Mother Teresa, the youngest daughter of Nicola and Dranophile Bojaxiu, was deeply moved by the captivating stories of missionaries and their selfless service in Bengal. By the age of 12, she had resolved to commit herself to religious life, a determination that was further strengthened on the auspicious day of August 15, 1928. At 18, in 1928, while praying at the Black Madonna of Letnice shrine she frequented, she bid farewell to her home and embarked on a journey to join the Loreto convent in Ireland. Her goal was to learn English, the language of instruction for the Sisters of Loreto in India, where she aspired to be a missionary. Unfortunately, she never saw her mother or sister again after her family moved to Tirana in 1929 and settled in Skopje until 1934. Upon arriving in India, she began her novitiate in the serene city of Darjeeling, dedicating herself to learning Bengali and starting to teach at St. Teresa's school near her convent on May 24, 1931. Inspired by the missionary's patron saint, Saint Teresa of Lisieux, she joyfully chose the name Teresa, honoring her with the Spanish spelling due to another nun already bearing the name in her convent. Mother Teresa's calling to missionary work strengthened, and following the Loreto tradition, she made her final vows on May 14, 1937, while working as a teacher at the Loreto Convent School in eastern Kolkata. She dedicated nearly 20 years to this school and was appointed headmistress in 1944. Despite enjoying teaching, she became increasingly disturbed by the poverty in Kolkata. The Bengal famine of 1943 and the violence during the 1946 Direct Action Day heightened her desire to help. In 1946, during a train journey to Darjeeling, Mother Teresa felt a strong inner call to serve the poor in India for Jesus. This call led her to leave her school and establish the Missionaries of Charity in 1950, adopting a simple white sari with blue borders. On September 10, 1946, during her annual retreat at the Loreto Convent in Darjeeling, she had a profound experience she later called a call within a call. She felt compelled to leave the convent and help the poor by living among them. This call was seen as a divine command she couldn't ignore without betraying her faith. Joseph Langford, co-founder of the Missionaries of Charity, noted that Mother Teresa began her missionary work and medical training at the Holy Family Hospital in Putna before heading to the slums. She dedicated herself entirely to the homeless and hungry, establishing a school there. In early 1949, a group of young women joined Mother Teresa, laying the foundation for a new religious community dedicated to helping the poorest of the poor. These efforts quickly caught the attention of Indian authorities, including the Prime Minister. Teresa received approval from the Vatican to officially recognize the Missionaries of Charity on October 7, 1950. This community would care for the hungry, naked, homeless, disabled, blind, lepers, and all those deemed burdens and shunned by society. Mother Teresa's compassion continued with the opening of her first hospice in 1952 with the help of Kolkata authorities. She transformed an abandoned Hindu temple into a home for the dying, where the facility provided free services to poor individuals. Renamed near Malhrdai, patients received medical care and were allowed to die with dignity according to their religious beliefs. The Quran was given to Muslims, Ganges water to Hindus, and Catholic sacraments to those of Christian faith. Mother Teresa described this service as providing a beautiful death, and also established Shantinagar, City of Peace, a hospice for leprosy patients. As the number of homeless children increased, the Missionaries of Charity established leprosy clinics in Kolkata, providing medical treatment, bandages, and food to the affected. In 1955, the Missionaries of Charity also opened the Nirmala Shirshu Bhavan, Children's Home of the Immaculate Heart, for orphans and homeless youth. During the 1960s, the number of members and donations increased, enabling the establishment of orphanages and leprosy clinics in India. Following these developments, Mother Teresa expanded the community's international reach by opening a house in Venezuela in 1965, followed by houses in Rome, Tanzania, and Austria in 1968. Throughout the 1970s, new houses and foundations were established by the community in the United States and various countries in Asia, Africa, and Europe. The Brothers of the Missionaries of Charity were not limited to this. In 1963 and later in 1976, in response to the requests of various priests, a contemplative branch was established, welcoming both Catholic and non-Catholic laypeople among Mother Teresa's co-workers, co-workers of the sick and suffering, and ordinary missionaries of charity. In 1981, Mother Teresa founded the Corpus Christi movement for priests. Along with Joseph Langford, she established the Missionaries of Charity Fathers in 1984 to combine their vocational goals with the resources of the priesthood. By 1997, the community in Kolkata had grown from its initial 13 members to over 4,000 sisters, overseeing orphanages for AIDS patients and projects serving refugees, the blind, disabled, elderly, alcoholics, the poor, homeless, and victims of natural disasters, epidemics, and famine worldwide. Around 450 brothers and 5,000 people ran various charity centers globally. Sisters worldwide operated 600 missionary schools and shelters in 120 countries. Mother Teresa identified herself in various ways. By blood, she was Albanian; by faith, a Catholic nun, but primarily worked in India and occasionally traveled abroad for humanitarian reasons. In 1971, with 4 sisters, she visited Belfast during a troubled period. Despite being warmly welcomed by locals, it was believed that pressure from senior clergy necessitated redirecting missionary efforts elsewhere, leading to her departure in 1973. It remains unknown whether there was a secret behind her departure or if Mother Teresa preferred to leave rather than stay. In 1971, with 4 sisters, she visited Belfast during a troubled period. Despite being warmly welcomed by locals, it was believed that pressure from senior clergy necessitated redirecting missionary efforts elsewhere, leading to her departure in 1973. It remains unknown whether there was a secret behind her departure or if Mother Teresa preferred to leave rather than stay. Mother Teresa's work and contributions led her to initiate and manage humanitarian projects in various countries. In the early 1980s, Mother Teresa and her co-workers began overseeing charity centers serving AIDS patients, refugees, the blind, disabled, elderly, alcoholics, the poor, homeless, and victims of natural disasters, epidemics, and famine in Kolkata. Mother Teresa visited radiation victims in Chernobyl and earthquake victims in Armenia, returning to Albania in 1996 to open a home for the Missionary Brothers of Charity in Tirana. By 1997, the Missionaries of Charity operated 517 missions in over 100 countries, serving the poorest of the poor in 450 centers worldwide. The first house of the Missionaries of Charity in the United States was established in 2010. Mother Teresa's impact and legacy continue through projects helping and supporting countless individuals worldwide. By 1984, the community had 19 establishments nationwide in the South Bronx area of New York City. Mother Teresa maintained her connection with Jesus Christ by silently praying over his holy face and heart. However, in her private life, she experienced deep doubts and struggles with her religious beliefs for nearly 50 years. She often spoke of the deep doubts about God's presence and the pain caused by her disbelief. Did this mean Mother Teresa was not close to God? Known as spiritual dryness, this experience was not unique to Mother Teresa. Many saints had similar encounters. James Langford noted that such doubts were common and would not hinder her canonization. Following the death of Pope Pius XII in 1958, Mother Teresa experienced a brief renewed faith during the funeral mass when she prayed for him. However, this relief was short-lived, and her spiritual dryness returned. For 66 years, Mother Teresa wrote numerous letters to her confessors and superiors, particularly the Archbishop of Kolkata and Jesuit priest Celeste van Exem, the spiritual advisor of the Missionaries of Charity. In these letters, she expressed that she knew Jesus loved her but felt overwhelmed by silence and emptiness. In Pope Benedict XVI's first encyclical letter, he used Mother Teresa's life 3 times as an example, showing that praying to God does not prevent us from helping others. Instead, it is the source of our love and service. Mother Teresa stated that praying and reading spiritual books helped enhance her capacity for prayer. Some Franciscan orders, admiring Saint Francis's spirituality, carried his influence. The Sisters of Charity recite the prayer of Saint Francis during Mass every morning, Mother Teresa's commitment to the ministry and her vows bore many similarities to St. Francis's life, focused on poverty, chastity, and obedience. She, too, was dedicated to serving the poor, especially those affected by leprosy. This was just the beginning. Mother Teresa received a diplomatic passport from the Indian government and was honored with the Padma Shri in 1962 and the Jawaharlal Nehru Award for International Understanding in 1969. She was also awarded Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian award, in 1980. Mother Teresa visited radiation victims in Chernobyl and earthquake victims in Armenia and returned to Albania in 1996. By 1997, the Missionaries of Charity operated 517 missions in over 100 countries, serving the poorest of the poor in 450 centers worldwide. The first house of the Missionaries of Charity in the United States was established in 2010. Mother Teresa's impact was globally recognized. She received the Ramon Magsaysay Award for Peace and International Understanding in 1962. This award praised her compassionate commitment to the poor in a foreign country. Her fame began with Malcolm Muggeridge's 1969 BBC documentary, Something Beautiful for God, followed by a book of the same name in 1971. Muggeridge himself was on a personal spiritual journey during this period. While filming the Crew documentary, the team encountered some challenges. They initially thought the footage was unusable due to the poor lighting conditions in the home for the dying. However, upon reviewing the material in England, the images were surprisingly well lit. Some saw this as a divine light from Mother Teresa, while others attributed it to a highly sensitive new Kodak film. Subsequently, Muggeridge converted to Catholicism and deepened his connection with Mother Teresa during this time. Mother Teresa was recognized and admired by the Catholic community in 1971 and gained significant admiration. Pope Paul VI awarded her the inaugural Pope John XXII Peace Prize, followed later by Pope John Paul II, who presented her with the Peace Prize and honored her efforts to promote peace and dedication to Christian charity with the Terence Award. The process of her canonization progressed rapidly, receiving praise from clergy and governments and civil organizations. In 1982, she was named an honorary companion of the Order of Australia and received numerous prestigious awards from the United Kingdom and the United States. On November 16, 1996, she was granted honorary citizenship of the United States and was awarded the Albanian Order of Honor in 1994. However, Mother Teresa also faced her share of criticisms. She was particularly criticized for her support of corrupt businessmen like Charles Keating and Robert Maxwell. Additionally, some in India and the West honored her efforts to promote human peace and fraternity. She received the Albert Schweitzer International Award in 1978 and the Leorta Medal for Humanitarian Services from Scranton University in 1975. In 1987, she received an honorary doctorate from Scranton University and delivered a speech emphasizing the importance of serving the poor to students. Throughout her life, Mother Teresa consistently ranked among the top 10 most admired women in Gallup's annual surveys and was recognized as the most admired person of the 20th century. However, perceptions of her among Indians were not always positive. Dr. Arap Chatterjee, who grew up in Kolkata, claimed never to have seen a nun in the slums and wrote a book criticizing Mother Teresa. The book suggested that she neglected hygiene and presented a distorted image of Kolkata. Mother Teresa received numerous awards from the Indian government, and her funeral was conducted with state honors. However, some right-wing Hindu groups criticized her missionary activities aimed at promoting Christianity. In 1983, while visiting Pope John Paul II in Rome, Mother Teresa suffered a heart attack. In 1989, she had a second heart attack and, following pneumonia in 1991, received a pacemaker. In 1996, she broke her collarbone and was diagnosed with malaria. Despite these challenges, Mother Teresa's influence and legacy continued through projects that helped and supported the poor and needy worldwide. Archbishop Henry Sebastian de Souza ordered an exorcism ritual to be performed by General Javier Pérez de Cuellar stated that Mother Teresa represented the spirit of the United Nations. Among Mother Teresa's miracles is the healing of an Indian woman, Monica Becerra, who claimed her abdominal tumor was cured. Becerra reported that a beam of light appeared, and applying a relic containing Teresa's image healed her tumor. However, her husband and some medical staff claimed the tumor was cured through traditional medical treatment. Pope Francis recognized a second miracle attributed to Mother Teresa. In 2008, a person in Brazil's brain tumors were cured, deemed a miracle. Due to these miracles, Mother Teresa was canonized in 2016. On September 4, 2016, Pope Francis declared Mother Teresa a saint in a grand ceremony in St. Peter's Square in Vatican City, attended by tens of thousands, including government representatives from 15 countries. Additionally, 100 homeless individuals from across Italy attended the ceremony. The canonization Mass was broadcast live on Vatican Channel, allowing viewers worldwide to witness this historic moment. In Kolkata, India, Mother Teresa's birthplace, a week-long celebration was held in her honor. The Missionaries of Charity held a special Mass on September 4, 2017, to commemorate her canonization. Sister Mary Prima, leader of the Missionaries of Charity, announced that Mother Teresa would be honored as the sole patroness of Kolkata's Archdiocese for a time. This announcement was made during a Mass at the Cathedral of the Most Holy Rosary on September 6, 2017. Archbishop Thomas de Souza, who heads the Roman Catholic Archdiocese in Kolkata, confirmed that Mother Teresa would share the joint patron title with Saint Francis Xavier. Mother Teresa expressed that until the end of her life, she was in a deep spiritual struggle, longing for God's presence but never feeling it. If you found this story intriguing, please subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications for more content like this. We welcome your comments and look forward to seeing you in the next video.